Parshas Vayechi is a parsha Stuma, closed parsha. Because of the SHIBUD, the heart and the eyes of Yisrael became closed. That's why this is a parsha Stuma. Usually the word parsha Stuma means that the paragraph starts at the middle of the line. Parsha Psucha means starts at the beginning of the line. But this parsha over here, there's no paragraph. It's not a real parsha Stuma. Is the Sedre is covered, but there is a meaning to leave small space between these two parshas, between Vayigash and Vayechi, space of 2 letters, 2 Yuden. And Sefer Shevet HaKohos is Masbir. We have in Masechta Sofrim, Perek Beis Halacha Aleph. Between each word, you have to leave a space of a small Yud. Between each letter, you have to leave a space of a small hair. Between each column, like an etzba. In Sefer Smag, Sefer Mitzvahs Godel says, between each posuk leave enough space to write a word. It probably means a word of 2 letters. Rabbi Elchanan Wasserman said that the heart, the leiv of the Shulchan Aruch is the Hilchos Ksivas Tfilin Mezuzos in Simen Lamed Beis and Orechaim. Lamed Beis is letters Leiv, and the Sefer Torah ends with a Lamed and starts with a Beis. Leine Kol Yisrael, Bereshit Bo Elokim, Leiv. I want to say that the heart, the Leiv of the Leiv, is Se'iv Lamed Beis. Over there is the halachos of how much space you have to leave between each word, each letter, and the Ramo brings down that the meaning is to leave between each posuk space. And also in Yeridea, the end of Siman Reish Ayin Dalet, the Shach brings down that the meaning is to leave space between posuk and posuk. Also in Sefer Mishnahs, Avram brings down that the Talmidei Baal Shem Tov used to write, leaving that space mentioned in the Ramah. This way you can read clearly between the psukim. Now the problem is that Rabbi Tam holds that if you leave space of 3 oisios, it becomes a parsha Sesuma. So at least 2 oisios you can leave. Even though Smag says you can leave a space of an entire word, because it's not choshes of Shittas Rabbi Tam, since we're not noig like Rabbi Tam, so it's not a rayed that the space is a new paragraph. Aval Biken, the Mogen Avrom and the Gro disagree with the Ramah and with the Shach, and they say you should not leave any space whatsoever. And the reasoning for that, the Mogen Avrom says, because in Masechta Kedushin, Daf Lamed, we are not boki in the amount of psukim in the Torah, which means we don't know which one is the soif posuk or in the middle of posuk. The Gemara in Yom Daf Nun Beis or Med Beis. There are 5 pesukim that we don't have a hechre. We're not sure where is the beginning of the posuk, at the end of the posuk. And one of them is the posuk Ki be'apom horgu ish ubirtzoinom ikru shor orur apom kios. Maybe the posuk is ubirtzoinom ikru shor orur, and the next posuk is apom kios. And in Shai Ephraim says that you should read these psukim together. But the meaning is not like that. The Choyre, you should read the posuk twice, like we do by all the fakers. But that's what it says in Mogen Avrom, that since we don't know where is the soif posuk, where is the beginning of the posuk, so if we make hefseikos between the psukim, we're showing that we are boki, and we are really not boki. But that is very difficult to say, because we are medagdek to make a soif posuk b'shas kriyas HaTorah. And maybe in those 5 psukim, we should leave a special small space or no space at all. So we have a big machloikes if there should be made space between the psukim or not. Nobody today makes space between the psukim. Maybe by the Taimani they do. But in Parshas Vayechi, there is a minik between Vayigash and Vayechi to leave space of 2 letters. That's a minik in Belz, a minik in Minkach, and many olds for him. And the Shevet HaKosi wants to say that for sure we have a mesoiro that this is a soif posuk. Why? Since the minik is to be mechalek these 2 parshas and 2 separate Shabbosim, it's mistaber that we have a Kabbalah that this is a soif posuk. So only here we make a hefsek of soif posuk. But everybody's moided that if you did leave hefsekas between the psukim, it's kosher to lean on it. And according to the Smag, you're supposed to even leave space of an entire word. That itself shows that this is not a paragraph. Many tikkunim already don't even make a space between Vayigash and Vayechi. And that Ramah brought down in Lamed Beis, Siv Lamed Beis, it's forgotten. Shenistemo libom shel Yisrael, the leiv shebelev of Yisrael is Nistom became forgotten. Yisrael is Rabbi Yisrael Iserlich. The meaning from the Ramah was forgotten. But when Mashiach is going to come, we're going to have back the Messiah. We are going to be Mekayim what says in the Rambam, that you're supposed to be medagdik to make certain oisios. Meshunois, gedoilos ektanos, in the fufois. And the Chassam Sofer says, if you have such a sefer, you are allowed to learn on it. But to write likatchila with the shinuim, we've refrained from, because we are not boki or part to make those shinuim. And could be those shinuim could be meshane the tzuras ois. But when Mashiach is going to come, we're going to get back to shinuim, and that's what Rabbi Akiva used to darshan tilim shel halachos and those shinuim. Be'atem at vayechiפרשת Hashem Elokeichem chaim kolchem hayoim.